What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Popcorn Punchups, the only podcast you need for all your movie news, movie reviews, and we're two guys pick better movies. One's an art house fanatic, and one is a superhero, good movie, all-round lovable guy.
Yeah,
that's right. I don't know why it went that way, but it did. So,
sure. Yep.
Yeah, we have two movies that are going head-to-head this episode. I was going to say week, but it's not a week. It is last week. I don't know. Whatever. Moving on. It's the box office is absolutely going off at the minute. I said it twice because that's how big it's going to be. Because both of them are doing really, really well at the box office. We have Dinosaurs roaring in to the box office, and they had a 318 million opening weekend.
Yeah, right.
And then James Gunn's Superman is flying start with a 217 million opening weekend at the box office as well. So, yeah, much needed boost to the old cinemas at the minute because they've been struggling since old COVID. Like, they've just reduced a lot of staff and lots of people aren't going, especially with like all the cost of living and the, what's it called?
Yeah, it's a luxury for sure.
Streaming services and stuff.
Yeah,
it's murdered a little bit, but there's something magical about going to the theatre.
Yeah, I still love it. And as much as I complain about the quality of movies, I said this before on that podcast, I still like bums in seats. So, credit where it's due. I'm glad that movies like Jurassic World, we'll get to my opinion later, but I'm glad that it can bring people to go watch movies.
Yeah, so quick recap. What have you been doing this week? I know you've been sick for quite some time.
Yeah. Listening to K-pop Demon Hunters, watching K-pop Demon Hunters.
Also, do you know they are currently the biggest K-pop band?
Yeah.
And they're not even real.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I love that the rest of the K-pop world isn't like shunning it. Isn't like, oh, they're not even real. How dare they take over our space? Like they're like doing all the dances and getting into it because they're recognizing how much it's brought K-pop to a larger audience, and I love that.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. But no, I've been pretty unwell. But it's been Summer Games Done Quick, which is like a big speedrunning event. So I've been watching a lot of speedrunning, which is really fun for me.
Remember that.
You?
Yeah. School holidays.
Yep.
Just been catching up on all the editing. It's almost there, grinding out. Been watching a lot of the FIFA Club World Cup. So I don't know if you want spoilers, but the game that happened 2 days, Chelsea and PSG in the big final. PSG been absolutely dominating, and a big upset happened today, which was
Chelsea won.
Pretty incredible game. It was 3-0 at halftime.
Oh wow!
And then they just held it out.
Sweet.
Palmer was insane. He was everywhere. They just couldn't handle him. He is pretty incredible.
Yeah, dope.
But yeah. So following up on all the big transfers and stuff, FC 26 is about to get a deep dive this week. So the pre-orders happen on Wednesday. Pretty keen for that.
You've got problems.
And,
You've got problems.
And Marvel Rivals Season 3 is out now as well, so we're grinding. Yep. So my two games for the rest of the year will be FC 26 and Marvel Rivals.
Marvel Rivals, yep.
Yeah. So we got a little bit of movie news as well. Obviously, the two box offices are absolutely smashing it. And then not heaps on the movie news front, but there is a surprise, which I didn't think was going to get a remake, but do you remember The Running Man?
As in the dance?
The movie.
Not top of my head, let me look it up.
Really? Don't know who starred in it?
Oh, I'm guessing Arnie.
Yeah, he did. He's getting a remake, right. And
yeah.
Glenn Powell is going to be.
I've seen the thumbnails and shit for this.
I don't know that Glenn Powell is going to be able to sell the same Running Man as Arnie did, but whatever.
I mean, he's impressed us previously.
True.
We liked him in Twisters. We didn't hate him in that. He did Hitman. Wasn't bad in that.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. I'm just basing him against Arnie.
I know. He's a hard act to follow for you.
Yeah. And I don't know. I just don't know.
Just don't know. He was in your favourite movie of 2023.
Was he?
Anyone But You.
Oh yeah, it was a good movie. I did enjoy that.
You loved it. I can't. It's like insane how much you enjoyed that movie.
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But whatever.
Yeah,
And
sure. Look,
obviously-
I'm not that excited for it, but I'm glad that it's happening and good on him, etc.
Yeah. So then obviously DC have now released their full next 5-year timeline of all their stuff coming out.
Yeah.
Which is going to be pretty insane. But yeah, not heaps on the old movie front. We did get DC are going to be releasing Clayface next year, which is meant to be a body horror R-rated film, which comes out after Supergirl. So Supergirl is obviously announced. It's coming out next year.
There you go.
And then we've got heaps coming. Obviously, Batman Brave and the Bold, Creature Commando Season 2, Swamp Thing. There's even a Teen Titans movie coming as well.
Oh, that's cool. I'm about that.
Yeah. So heaps of it, obviously, with the James Gunn at the helm of Superman. It's going to hopefully give Marvel some competition and expand. I'm all for more superheroes. Bring me more superheroes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Look, you'd be surprised how much I liked today's superhero movie, but it's few and far between.
Yeah. Oh, let's roar into the first one off the ranks, which is a very well-known.
This week, like 3 times last week. Also, apologies to listeners again. I'm still sick, so sorry about the coughing. And I keep trying to mute my mic, but it doesn't always mute. Anyway, you get started. I want to blow my nose.
Yeah, well, this is Jurassic World Rebirth, which is the second. No, what do we have? We had the original trilogy, and then we had the new trilogy. This would be the third trilogy because they're going to do 2 more after this as well. So this will be like another.
Yeah, it's the 7th movie.
Another Jurassic Park.
Jurassic World now.
Jurassic World trilogy. So this one is 5 years post Jurassic World domination, and exposition braves isolated have equatorial regions to extract DNA from 3 massive prehistoric creatures for a groundbreaking medical breakthrough. So very, very simple story.
Yeah, it's dumb.
We have Scarlett Johansson is our I don't know, what do you want to call it?
She's lead. A mercenary. Oh, she's a lead. Yeah.
I was going to say mercenary is probably the better term, but she's the leader of our group, the one that is going to be able to, take us through this world and keep everyone safe. We have some guy that is just employed by I'm assuming a pharmaceutical company.
Yep.
Can't remember the name of it, but for whatever reason, they have really deep pockets.
Yep.
And they need to get the blood of these dinosaurs because it's something I can't remember exactly, but for whatever reason,
they're the biggest hearts.
No, but because they need the live blood because after a certain amount of time, if it's not refrigerated,
the hemoglobin dies instantly or whatever.
Yeah. So for whatever reason,
and they need to collect one from air. Was it fucking air, land, and sea or some bullshit? Why the fuck? I don't know.
But yeah, so we obviously have our ragtag group of people, which I would have preferred if it was just this group that we focused on rather than adding in an extra layer. But we get the opening scene where we get to see more mutations of dinosaurs. I'm a little bit over the mutations where when we got to see the original dinosaurs and just get to see how the world has moved on, I really liked the original dinosaurs. There's a scene, we'll get into it, but where we get to see a T-Rex, and T-Rexes are terrifying, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like that scene, when we get into it, captured what makes Jurassic Park really, really good.
Do you know what's more terrifying than a T-Rex?
A mutated conehead T-Rex.
A D-Rex.
That has 4 arms.
It's it's xenomorph. Even the creative directors or creative art or whatever he was said, based on xenomorphs. You can fucking tell. It's weird as shit. Anyway.
You're right.
D-Rex is dumb as hell.
Yeah. Yeah. So we get our this, for whatever reason, all the dinosaurs are on this island because it's close to the equator. It's warmer. That's where they want to go. The world has moved on. It's like 30 odd years since the original one or whatever, and people have lost interest in dinosaurs. The world's
bored of dinosaurs, which is so dumb. We're not bored of elephants. We're not bored of rhinos, and they've been around for way longer than dinosaurs. But in 30 years, the world's bored of dinosaurs. What?
There's no way you get bored of dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are sick. And then they're on this island. No one's allowed to go there. It's been like quarantined. And then for whatever reason, they're still doing gene manipulation to be able to like... I feel like they haven't learned their lesson. Like, what are you doing? Stop gene splicing like dinosaurs to make these massive apex predators.
That's stupid.
Because you can.
But the real lesson here is have a better fucking security system. If one Snicker Rappers goes inside a vent and the entire fucking place goes berserk and all the monsters get released. What?
Yeah. Yeah. Because it trapped the door, and then for whatever reason, this really smart dinosaur was able to get out and cause havoc.
But it shut down the entire security system and released all the doors. It's fucking ridiculous.
That was...
And they showed the rapper.
Story,
they showed the rapper, like an insert shot on the rapper about 5 times. Yes, we understand we dropped his rapper. We understand the rapper's going to cause a problem. They don't have to show us 8 times. Just once is okay.
I wonder how much Snickers paid for that.
Yeah. Oh, there's a scene at the end where they're in like a mini mart, which the only reason they're there is because they need fucking a shit ton of product placement. There's like Dr. Pepper and Lay's and all this stuff on the shelves. And oh my God. But yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, so for whatever reason, this Snicker wrapper, he just drops it. And, you know, this guy's paid, I'm assuming, thousands of dollars to be able to be part of this gene splicing medical team. Drops the wrapper, goes into this super quarantined, no outside germs, etc. And then it goes into the door. The door all of a sudden malfunctions. All the dinosaurs get out, and then we get to see our gene spliced dinosaur, and we know this is going to be like the final boss.
Yep.
Then we get our ragtag crew, where this guy's got really deep pockets. He needs to get the live blood to be able to, you know, create this vaccine or whatever they're creating.
Trying to cure heart diseases.
Yeah, which is, for some reason, is going to help human DNA compared to dinosaurs. I don't understand why.
You know what? I'm kind of glad it's not explained, because it's dumb as hell. If they tried to like say a bunch of random fucking techno babble to try and make it make sense, or medical babble, I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, so they're like, yeah, whatever. We'll just cruise on through. Then we get the assemble of the crew. So we get obviously our dinosaur expert, who is really upset. He's almost out of a job because everyone's lost interest in dinosaurs. You see him packing up the museum and no one cares anymore. And there is a love interest that they sort of hint at between Scarlett Johansson.
Which is so awkward.
It was a bizarre choice.
Yeah.
I would have just preferred them go about their business. Then we get the assemble of our other mercenaries, who then swindle this guy into more money, and they'll be able to progress in there. Then when we finally get into the island, them going into the island, I actually had a really good time seeing them interact with the world. What I was saying with 28 years later was seeing like humans interact with that world. So seeing them go into the world and interact with these dinosaurs, I really enjoyed it, even though it was like, here's the first dinosaur, we're going to get that extraction, then the next dinosaur, then the next dinosaur. I didn't mind that. But then we are introduced to this family who are out sailing near this I don't know, near the island. Like, I don't understand the interaction, why we had the family introduced. They didn't really impact into any part of the story. Like, they were annoying. We even got the kid who was like, "Oh, we're gonna have a little baby dinosaur." Why is this little baby dinosaur even with us? It didn't really serve any purpose besides giving us a little. It's scared of a bigger dinosaur. That was it.
I hate children in these sorts of movies because it's such a simple, boring plot device. As soon as that family's introduced, you're like, okay, they're all going to live. Like, I expected the son, the boyfriend, to die, or maybe the dad. But children in these movies, such lazy plot devices. I literally said to myself when she was being chased by the T-Rex, this will go straight away to like a 3.5 if she dies. If the child dies, this movie is instantly better because they're such a fucking lazy plot device. And it was the same. It was, I hated it. This family sucked. Why would they even go get them? They're off doing like an illegal mission, and they find this family, and they're like, I actually agree with the bad guy. The bad guy's like, if we hear it, the Coast Guard have heard it. They'll be here to come rescue them. Oh, we can't leave them here. We can't. Yeah, you can. Just if you're out here doing illegal stuff, fuck it. Fuck them. They made their choice being out in the middle of the ocean in the dangerous waters of the equator or some shit. Fuck them. Go do your legal mission. Fuck them. I hated it. I hated that family.
Yeah, because the moral choices for some reason were like only established so that they could have it at the end. Like, there was no real point. Like, it would have been without the family. The ending where they chose were like, oh, you could do really good and give up the pattern, and we're not about money. We're like trying to show character growth. But it was like, the family sucked.
The family sucked.
And there was no like, oh, I really want you to survive. Like, we didn't really establish. We just saw that the dad didn't like the boyfriend, and for some reason they're all on the out sailing because they came across the passage, which is a weird choice. Like, I wouldn't want to go across the passage, but I don't like sailing, so whatever. And then as I said before, I really liked the interaction with the humans on the world with the dinosaurs. So we finally get to see the T-Rex where the family and the group get separated, and then we get to see the T-Rex that you're waiting for. I did laugh when it was like in the bed of reeds and it was just like sleeping. Like, I didn't know it would like sleep and roll around kind of like a dog.
Yeah, I guess so. How else would they sleep, hey? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's interesting. But also, like, what's the core strength of a T-Rex? Because, like...
how they stand up.
Like, it's got nothing to push itself up. Does it, like, use its head and then stand up?
Yeah.
Like, how does it...
I'm always reminded of... have you seen Meet the Robinsons? Animated film?
Yeah.
It was like, I got a big head and little arms. I just didn't think this plan through. He's like stuck in a corner and he's trying to grab something.
Yeah.
Always think about that. It's irrelevant, but it makes me laugh.
Yeah. But yeah, for the most part, with majority of the dinosaurs, they captivated that, like, how vulnerable humans are compared to the dinosaurs. I quite enjoyed the experience of them getting chased by the T-Rex until the kid was trapped in the boat. Like, when she first went to go get the boat, I'm like, that's cool. I like the fear that they're like trying to do it. But then it was like, oh, okay, you're going to get the emergency raft. How heavy is that? I feel like it wasn't that heavy. Like, why did she have to drag it?
Yeah. And where'd the oars come from?
The oars are on the side, or on the pack.
And how they appear inside the raft when she pulled the raft open?
I don't know. Unless it's like, that's how it's designed, is when it pulls open, they flip in for whatever reason. But yeah, they were on the side. They did do a close up.
Okay, I didn't see the oars. That annoyed me, but if they were there, then my bad.
The oars were there. It's just, they shouldn't have.
And then the T-Rex picks up the raft and the girl's not in it. We're like, oh, the girl's dead. No, she's not. Of course she's not. I know she's not. It's throwing the fucking raft around and then it just plonks the raft again and there's no holes in it. Okay, that's convenient. Yeah. At the end, they go through these two rocks and then, of course, Dinosaur Head can't fit through it, but they can. And Dinosaur just goes, fuck it, and he just moves on. Why not just go over the rocks? It wasn't like a fucking entrance to a big gorge or some shit. It was literally 2 rocks.
Yeah. Couldn't get through.
He just gave up. I can't reach them. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, then they're not genetically enhanced, so it wasn't as smart as the other apex predator. It was like it was gone, and he couldn't see
It was
him.
gone.
I don't know. I quite liked the introduction of the T-Rex and that scene.
It was one of the
until
better scenes.
The kid was in the raft, but the rest of it, when the dad was like getting chased and in the water and stuff, like it was the only way to escape a T-Rex. Like, what are you going to do? Like, you're not going to outrun it.
No, I know. It's always going to be we go somewhere where they can't get into. That's always how it's going to, they're doing it back in the day as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It still annoys me when it's lazy. It's like 2 rocks. All right, why not make it a cave or some shit? I don't know, whatever.
Look, there were a lot of parts where it was a little bit lazy, where there was even a little tunnel when they were with the pterodactyl or whatever the new one is, because it wasn't quite a pterodactyl.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Big as a fighter jet or whatever.
Yeah.
Like there was moments where it was
F-16.
like... Yeah, it was like the rope's going to snap. Of course the rope's going to snap. And the vial happened to fall there and then he was able to grab it. Also, he fell a long way. I don't know how much a palm tree leaf is going to stop you falling. But yeah, you're
right with the vials. The vials piss me off because it shoots it up in the air and then it releases a parachute. The first one, they're on a moving boat. If it shoots up in the air and the parachute comes down, it's going to land way the fuck behind you because the boat's like traveling underneath it, gone. And he just catches it, no worries. All right, lame. Second one was the land one, which is fine because they were like, they weren't doing anything. It wasn't a high risk scene. But the third one, it blasts off, happens to land right next to him, like you said. That convenience of those fucking vials annoyed me every time. Yeah,
I mean, there were many, many moments of convenience, especially like at the end when they're getting chased through the tunnel where the helicopter gets done. They have a backup plan because Scarlett Johansson is super smart. She's pretty much Lucy where she unlocks all her brain and she always has a contingency.
Whatever.
Has a backup plan to a backup plan.
Yeah.
And if they lose radio contact, which they did, on the second night, they would have a helicopter that would come back and circle around and be able to come pick them up. That goes down. All of a sudden, they realise there's a boat. I don't know how long this boat's been sitting there, but they're able to go through the tunnel system and get to this boat.
Yep.
But there's little smaller winged flying pterodactyls that for some reason know how to get into drains, and they were able to chase all the remaining crew in this what's called tunnel system. And I was like, luckily the kid's not dead because the kid's going to get through the bars. And the kid got through the bars and lets him out. Well, I got annoyed that Duncan survived. That annoyed me.
I actually wrote my notes. Why did he need to live?
Yeah, like that's a cool sacrifice. Let him go.
Yeah.
Like he gave up so that everyone else could live, and like that's a cool moment. But then it was like, there's a flare. I was like, oh no, that just took away the weight of him sacrificing himself.
Yep. I don't know. Yeah. That felt dumb. Like, why is it important? His character had no arc anyway. Why is it important that he survives?
Yeah, I don't know.
For the sequel. To be like, that's the only reason.
So, I don't know. As much as it was flawed, I still enjoyed it. I still had a good time watching the dinosaurs and like seeing them interact with the world. I really liked Scarlett Johansson as the mercenary. As much as it was like some convenience of we're going to be good and I'm going to give up my love of money. I was like, okay. I don't know. Still enjoyed it
so much. I was hella bored.
Really?
When I'm asking more questions, then the end boss fucking D-Rex was the dumbest, slowest, most inconsistently sized thing I've seen in these sorts of movies. At one point, it was big enough for its jaws to fit around a helicopter. And then when it ate the bad guy was the same size as its mouth. Shit like that annoys me.
Maybe there was 2.
No, there's fucking 1. Don't try and make excuses for this bullshit.
Yeah, right.
Nah, there's so many things that annoy me. I found it so incredibly boring. It's not my kind of movie. I was mad that every scene with the family, I was mad. I didn't mind. My favorite scene was probably the one where they're getting the bird the bird DNA thing. That was kind of cool on the side of the cliff, and the bird's like following the guy up, and then like you see him get to the top and he's just munching on the man. Like that was a pretty cool little reveal. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't hate it. I was just bored and maybe mad at it a few times, but there were scenes I also didn't mind. So it's not like a 1 from me, but it's not. I wouldn't consider it good. I had an argument with a customer yesterday about it.
Yeah, right. Did they like it?
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's as good as the originals. I was like, you're a fucking idiot. How dare you put this on the same level as Jurassic Park 1?
So it's like, obviously, one of, like, ranking the Jurassic Parks. It's like 1 and 2, which I really enjoy them.
Yep, same.
Then I liked this one as my 3rd, and then the rest of them are pretty much all.
Sure, I haven't seen
in the same
anything
bag.
except for 1, 2, and 3. I haven't seen. Sorry.
See, 3 sucked. 3
Three's
like,
awful. Yeah.
Yeah. Where this was better. This was better than 3.
I haven't seen 3 since I was a kid, so I don't know.
It's not good. They just got him back, and then it was like, oh, the island's overrun, so you have to go back and do something. But this, I liked it better than that. So obviously nowhere near as good as 1 and 2, but still better than the other ones. Well, I don't know. Even like watching Chris Pratt in the other ones, I was like, ugh. But they need to go away from the gene splicing of dinosaurs and go back to the old school dinosaurs. Get them run loose again, but go away from all the gene splicing. Just have normal dinosaurs that, for whatever reason, are overrunning the world. That's what I want. I don't want gene splicing mutated dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I want the dinosaurs that I know.
The other scenes I liked were like at the beginning where the guy is like in traffic jam because there's a dinosaur that's like collapsed in the street, or has died, or was it dead or alive, sleeping? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I like
got
that.
Out of the zoo or whatever.
Yeah. I like those moments where like dinosaurs are just regular animals roaming around now. Like that sort of stuff is kind of cool. I would love like a Flintstones-esque sort of world where, you know, humans are utilizing dinosaurs for transportation and all that sort of cool shit. Yeah. I think that would be fun. But for another go-to dinosaur world, collect MacGuffin, escape dinosaurs, run away from T-Rex, and escape movie, it's just the same shit. I can't give movie credit for writing the same thing over and over and over. Yeah.
What would you give it then?
I'm at a 2. I gave it a 1.5 on Letterboxd, but maybe that's too rough. But yeah, 1.5, 2, somewhere around there. I still didn't have a good time.
Okay. I'm at a 3. I still enjoyed it.
I'm glad.
As much as it was simple and the family are annoying, I still had a good time. Like, just you remove the family and just have them experiencing the world, and even if it was just simply go collect the vials and have the old mate, you know, try and kill off everyone, but unfortunately gets eaten by a T-Rex or whatever. I would have been fine with that movie. I would have loved it. Yeah,
I would have preferred it. Take the family out and it'd be a better movie. Give me more depth for the characters. Give some characters more of an arc. Because they sort of explored that. The guy who we should have died at the end, what was his name? Duncan. They sort of explored that Duncan lost his son, and that's why he was like so protective of the girl. You could have explored that in a different way, but in more detail. Give us more, because we know nothing about Scarlett Johansson besides that she used to work. She called it like asset relocation or some bullshit. So she was like a smuggler, I guess, or a mercenary, or I don't really fucking know what she was. But that's the thing, like, give me more history of the characters, maybe care about them more. Don't waste time on some stupid family. The boyfriend in the family had no arc. Like, the whole thing was him and the dad being like, oh, I don't respect your boyfriend, he's not good for you. That never really got resolved. Like, I was waiting for him to have his big, like, hero moment, but he never really has that.
It was bizarre. They tried to give him that hero moment a few times where he was like diving in the water to save her, and then
But it was very lackluster. He did nothing. He just joined her in sacrifice. But she was also, anyway. And he was meant to be like comic relief. The scene with him like peeing, and then the dinosaurs come while he's peeing, and then he keeps peeing. Like, okay, it's stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, remove the family, it'd be a better movie. Give me more depth for the characters, make me care about them more. I would have a better time. But you know, here we are.
Yeah. And get rid of the gene splicing mutated dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's unnecessary.
Let's go back to them. All right, well, we are going to fly into James Gunn, who we know very well from the Marvel franchise.
Yep.
He did the Guardians of the Galaxies.
Yep.
He actually helped write the Creature Commandos as well, which we watched on the old podcast.
Yeah, wasn't bad.
Yeah. What else did he do? Well, he did
the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I know you mentioned but Rivals? Marvel, sorry.
What did he do? The Suicide Squad. He was the director for that.
The good one?
The new, yeah. And
because Peacemaker makes an appearance in this too.
Yeah, that's it. So he's doing I think he's got 3 episodes of the new Peacemaker. So season 2 of Peacemaker.
Right.
So, yeah, interesting.
So yeah, new Superman that I forgot was even coming out, and then all of a sudden it was out. Didn't hate it. The end. So, is there a prequel to this? Because there was some information that I didn't, like, I felt like I should have known.
Nope, no prequel.
No?
So
Okay.
This obviously is, they skipped over the origins of Superman. They tried to keep it more comic book accurate compared to the other ones. So we had some text on the screen, just the cold opening with your, he comes to, Krypton is destroyed, he gets sent to Earth, he has the Fortress of Solitude, he's taken in by the Clark family, and then grows up through there. We are establishing ourselves that I think it's 3 or 5 years from when he announces himself to the world, so some time has already passed, and we've already established that he's established to the world as Superman. We get the introduction to Krypton the dog, and then we already have a pre-established relationship with Lois Lane and obviously Clark Kent.
Yeah. So it's sort of like you're meant to know a little bit about who Superman is and who he works and whatever. Like, you're sort of meant to know the origin story already, which is fine because at this point, I think most of the audience would know the origin story, which is probably good.
And considering we've had so many Superman retellings,
we don't need that.
It's like Spider-Man. Like, if you spend heaps of time on him getting bitten by the spider, we already know.
We don't need that.
We already know this. Yeah.
The only thing I was like, with was the dog. Like, isn't really explored where what's his name? Crypto dog?
Krypton, yeah.
Where he comes from, or like how he got, did he come initially when he came to Earth as a baby, or did he come later? But it's sort of answered at the end of the film when his cousin comes along. He's like, "Where's my dog?"
Yeah.
And that's Supergirl, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she rocks up. So in the comics, which they're running from her best outing of the comics, is she is trying to get drunk and has to go to planets with the red sun. So the red sun, she's trying to lose her powers so that she can get drunk and then forget her trauma or whatever it is. Yeah. So, and then the dog is actually hers because it was meant to help protect her traveling between the planets or the galaxies or wherever she's going.
Sure.
So that's where the dog comes from. It's actually hers, but it's hanging with him because it's not really explained where she is until she just appears.
Righto. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so this movie starts with Superman getting beat up, and we see a conflict between him and Lex Luthor straight away. Lex Luthor has like this secretive super soldier that he can command, and he has like 200 and something. What do you say, 2,000? I forget. Has like a whole sequence of fight moves that he can predict what Superman's going to do, and then say like 16B, and he will like do the perfect move in retaliation or whatever, because Lex Luthor's a genius. Brains over brawn. Superman gets his ass handed to him, and then Lex Luthor's like starting a fight between two countries. It kind of feels like the Russia-Ukraine conflict a little bit, which is kind of strange.
It's a little bit of immigration / like revolution kind of stuff going around in the film.
Yeah. So Superman supposedly, which is why I thought there was a prequel, because previously Superman stopped Boravia from invading, I forget the other country. So this is like a huge underlying plot thing. These two countries are at war. Superman stopped one country from invading the other country, but should superheroes be intervening with world conflicts is sort of like the question. And I like what that's posing. You know, it's interesting, sort of like, why is a alien who lives in America intervening in a war between two countries in Europe? Well, more or less in Europe. So yeah, I like what it's posing. I like that sort of structure in this movie. But we find out later that Lex Luthor has a stake. He wants Boravia to invade because he will become king of this new land or whatever. But it's also, he wants to have this conflict rise so that he can make Superman the bad guy, so he can have an excuse to finally kill him. So again, we need to know the origin story that Lex and him have like massive history. And my only real introduction to Superman is Smallville. I watched a fair bit of Smallville as a kid.
How much did you see?
Of Smallville? Like 4 seasons.
Oh, right. Yeah, right.
I kind of bored of it.
No, I watched till like season 10.
Oh my God, that many? Jesus Christ.
There's like 154 episodes.
Yeah, shit. I watched that much.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's Superman stuff going on. At the same time, he's also Clark Kent. He's also working at not the Daily Bugle. What the fuck's it called? The Planet? The Daily Planet?
Daily Planet.
Yeah. And he's working with Lois Lane, who, for some reason, the IMDb list isn't in order of like, you know, actual like famous cast first. What the fuck's her name? I know her from, why isn't she in the fucking list? How do you spell Lois? Or Lane? Is it Lois Lane?
Lois Lane, yeah.
Can't fucking find her. Kelly Lane, Debbie Lane. There it is. Rachel Brosnahan, who is in the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and I'm fucking in love with her. I can't remember her name, but I'm in love with her. She's the best. She's so fucking good in Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Recommend it. Anybody out there who hasn't seen it? It's one of the best written shows I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So she's Lois Lane, and there's a bit of like, will they, won't they? She's been dating Clark Kent for a little while, but she knows that he's Superman, which also doesn't set it up in the movie, but you don't need to. They have history. So they, you know, start dating, and she is interviewing him. There's a bit of conflict there, blah, 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 blah. So as the movie goes on, it's more or less just a conflict between, like, Superman gets, like, imprisoned. He turns himself in because the whole world sees a video that when Superman was sent to Earth, the first half of the video was like, we sending you the place where you can do the most good, da 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 da. Second half of the video was corrupted. Turns out second half of the video was his family, his parents telling him he needs to go to Earth and take over and become their, like, overlord.
Yeah, that, and also to repopulate Krypton.
Yes.
So he's meant to get several wives and have lots of children so that they could re-establish their place, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. So it creates this like bit of a identity crisis for Superman as well, but he's also like, I'll turn myself in, the whole world hates me anyway, I need to go find my dog. So he turns himself in, gets in this like pocket dimension prison, which Lex Luthor has created pocket dimensions and portals. It's fine.
Yeah.
He's a super genius. I'm okay with it. So he's in this prison and there's a guy there who can like create matter, anything. And he creates like kryptonite. That's always been my big thing. And I hated it in Smallville all the time, is how often like you'd be like, yeah, go fuck him up. And then just boop, green crystal. And it would just sort of, make him absolutely useless. And I hated how often they use that in Smallville. It's like kind of annoying me.
Metamorpho is the villain's name.
Oh, the guy that could turn into stuff. Cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they bust out of this prison because Metamorpho has his like son trapped in there as well, and Clark Kent, obviously, Superman is like, oh, I can fucking go get your kid. They bust out. There's a big escape sequence. It's like the Act 2 climax. It's pretty cool. And they get out. Mr. Terrific's in this, and the Green Lantern. Nathan Fillion is the Green Lantern, is this his first time as the Green Lantern?
Yeah.
I did not expect him. As soon as he came on, I was like, oh man, I didn't see you as a superhero at all. That's kind of the point. Like, I didn't realize Green Lantern was meant to be such a dick.
No, so I looked this up because it was normally Hal Jordan is the Green Lantern. Hal Jordan is the Green Lantern that we normally get. This is Guy. What's his name? Guy Gardner. So apparently in the what's it called, Green Lantern lore, there was two people that were worthy, which was Hal Jordan and Guy Gardner. And Guy Gardner is like just an arsehole. Like he's unlikable.
Yeah.
And he takes it. And there's a whole like timeline of depending on if Hal gets or if Guy gets it. But then Guy continually, unfortunately, gets a real bad run at the end. And then Hal ends up always being the Green Lantern from there.
Sure. Yeah, I really liked Nathan Fillion in this. Like he plays this like anti-hero almost. He's such a piece of shit. But it was really fun. It was a nice contrast to all these, lawful good, goody two-shoe characters around the place. Especially in contrast to Superman, who's like the most lawful good superhero ever. So yeah, I really liked here's a character. Hawkgirl, Isabella Merced, who we know from Last of Us as Dia.
So underutilized.
Very much so.
Barely gets screen time. There was a really cool scene where she was like, well, I'm not Superman, and like kills the bloke that's in league with Lex Luthor.
Like the president of Baravia or whatever it was.
Yep. Mr. Terrific, who I remember from the Flash TV show.
Okay.
I think is way better in this. I didn't like him in the other one. But I quite liked him in. He feels
really silly, but he also has like a lot of badass moments. He's a good counter to Lex Luthor because he's a super genius as well.
Yeah, but I quite liked him.
Yeah, he wasn't bad actually. When he first came in and he's like looks like he's sitting on an armchair. He looks so dumb, but this movie kind of, and I think that's what James Gunn's quite good at, is like leaning into the campiness a little bit of what superheroes are, and that it's kind of silly, and some of the heroes are based on comics that are like 50 years old at this point, and they kind of are really outdated, but that's kind of what makes them good. Like Mr. Terrific is a dumb fucking name, and they point that out in this. Like I like it,
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's a big climax at the end. Baravia is invading whatever country it's called. And big conflict. Superman comes in, fucks up Lex Luthor. Turns out Lex Luthor cloned Superman. I made this like dumb version.
Ultraman.
Is it Ultraman, is it? Yeah, right. Who has no like level of intelligence but just follows orders perfectly. Big showdown. Ultraman gets sucked into a black hole. Superman wins. It's sort of, it's exactly what you expect the movie to how we expect it to end. But it's still really satisfying. But yeah, I liked all the stuff with like Bravia and all the little conflict like stuff and all the sort of questions it's raising about superheroes' roles in society and like whether or not they should intervene in certain things. And because Green Lantern and their whole justice, what they call the Justice Gang, their whole little crew are like, no, it's not our responsibility. We'll defend the big shit that's attacking our planet, but like, you know, conflict between two countries, not our problem. And Superman's like, well, no, our job is to protect lives. So if there's a problem that's going to create, you know, people's death, then it's our job to intervene. So I like that sort of, you know, moral high ground standing, blah, 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 that it's sort of touching on. Anyway, I talk a lot. Where are you at on this movie?
So I really liked David Coulswet or whatever his name is as Superman.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not sure if you noticed, but he actually switches his voice depending on who he's actually playing, whether he's playing Clark Kent or if he's playing Superman.
Okay, sure, I'd pick that up.
Which hasn't been done since Christopher Reeves in the original like Superman films.
Cool.
So like where even his mannerisms change. So it was one of the big defining ones was when he was just talking with Lois Lane. And then when the interview happened with Superman, you saw his whole demeanour and then his voice becomes like really low when it's Superman and it becomes much like higher and softer when it's Clark Kent.
Yeah.
And he like, even his posture changes.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought that was a really cool
They
moment.
also explain, sorry to interrupt, just wait on that point. They also explain that his glasses do some like magic thing where they make him look different. Did you pick that up? Which I know that was a thing. I thought that was just always, you know, that was always kind of the joke that he wears glasses and how they not tell it's him, but supposedly his glasses do some sort of like trickery that make him look different as a, you know. Anyway.
Yeah, I wasn't keen on that one because normally he, as Clark Kent, he like compresses his spine and stuff like law-wise. He like becomes smaller and all sorts. But then I also saw Zoe Deschanel or whatever her name is. You see her without her bangs and glasses, and you're like, wait, you do a second take. It's like, is that actually her?
There's a YouTuber I follow who wears a hat and glasses like me, I guess, and he's like, just takes his hat and glasses off and is like, I'm a different person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like fine. There might be some similarities, but yeah, I thought Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor did quite a good job.
Yeah, people complain about that. I think he's fine.
I think overall he did a really good job. I just always base Lex Luthor off of the Smallville one, which was what's his name, Michael Rosenbaum or whatever his name is.
Sure, yeah. I can picture him.
He's got a little bit more physicality of a threat as well. So like Nicholas Hoult, I found a little bit too scrawny. Like he had the presence, he had the intellect. As compared to Superman, he was just like a little dweeby bloke, which is fine. I just have always based Lex Luthor having a little bit more of a physical presence as well.
Whereas I'm okay with it because I don't really... Like, he's not meant to be... He doesn't fight with his strength. He fights with his brain. And that's why I'm okay with him being Nicholas Hoult, who is famous for playing dead bodies.
Yeah. But I think he did an awesome job. I really liked him. I think Guy Gardner, Nathan, what's his name? Fillion, whatever. Yeah, he was awesome. Really liked it.
Yeah,
Mr. Terrific, I was surprised about. I quite liked.
Yep.
Weirdly enough, I didn't like Lois Lane.
Oh, no.
I found her quite unlikable. And I can't place it. I just found her unlikable in the film.
Okay. Sure.
And I don't know if it was like just because I feel like she baited Superman all the time, like deliberately baited him just to get her points across or whatever.
She's a journalist, though. That's what she does. That's kind of in her character. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really like her. I also really liked how this was like shot really brightly. So it was like, it felt like you were more in the comic book, where it was like sort of scenes from the comic book come across, because the other Supermans were quite dark and he was more of a symbol of hope in this, rather than like just you're going to be, because you have powers, you're going to be a superhero. This was more like my moments of like being what I taught. I'm going to be a symbol of hope.
Yeah.
I quite like that.
Yep.
The biggest problem I had with this was that it was, and it's better than obviously Spider-Man 3, but again, with Spider-Man 3, you have so many villains and you have so many characters. In this, we are introduced to so many people, and lots of it is underutilized.
Yes.
There is also far too many villains in this. There are so many. We have pretty much 9 villains.
What, really?
Yeah.
Who are the villains?
So obviously Lex Luthor. Yep. Then we have the Engineer, which is his like offsider. She's the lady that like transforms with all the nanobots and the spinning blades. And
sure, but she's more of a henchman than a villain.
She's in the comic book laws. She's meant to be a villain. She was underutilized. Like she almost kills Superman with her nanobots and like suffocating and stuff.
Which is pretty cool.
Like insane. You have the Hammer of Briovia, or whatever the place is called, which is the fight at the start, which is the first fight that he's ever lost, because obviously we've established that he is so powerful.
Now, isn't that is that fight not against Ultraman?
No,
Lex Luthor's giving him like orders.
Yeah, but this is like the Hammer of Barovia, where he's in the suit.
Oh, right. So it's the same villain, but in a suit or without a suit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this is like where he's fighting against it, and that's the first like public loss. Then we have Ultraman. I hated Ultraman. Ultraman sucked. Like it was a clone. Like I scoured everywhere for you, whatever.
Your hair, like, yeah.
Whatever. But then, did you notice the guy next to him, which was Rick Flagg's senior?
Next to Lex.
So you know when he turns himself in and Ultraman is behind him, like carrying him in, but then the commando bloke next to him. Do you remember?
No.
Do you remember Creature Commandos?
Oh, right.
That's him.
Oh, okay. I only pieced that together.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
cool Easter egg.
That's him. Technically, Eve is a villain because she's like meant to be the love interest of Lex Luthor throughout.
Yeah, but she ends up working for the heroes.
Yeah. Then you've got the Maxwell Lord, so the CEO of Lord Tech. So he's the he's in it, but he never really does a lot with it. You got Morpho, who was like, see, after Lex shoots the bloke, and it has a defining moment where he's like, I'm gonna get you out of here. Which then we get a later scene where it's going to set him up as a hero.
Yeah, he's joining the Gut Justice Gang.
Yeah.
That's a cool name. You're in.
We get the giant kaiju, where it's just, it'll get bigger, and then he fights the kaiju,
sure,
the big monster.
Yeah.
And then we get
villain. It's a plot device.
We get the Solaris, the tyrant's son, which is the big thing that the Justice Gang are fighting out when he's just having that moment with Lois Lane in the apartment.
I wouldn't call a villain. There's just a list of things that they have to fight. Yeah,
but there's so many, and then you've got the Justice Gang where Hawkgirl is underutilized.
Doesn't do a lot.
The thing
no.
is they've just it's so big of a scope that they've gone, and then you've got the Fortress of Solitude, and then you've got all the robots in there, which I can't remember the exact cameos, but the voices are cameos to other DC or superhero
Right.
things. I can't remember the exact voices for him. Then you got Crypto the dog as well. Then you got the introduction of Supergirl for a bit. Like, I think he's just gone a little bit too grand of a scale, but I still enjoyed it. I thought it needed to calm it down a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that actually.
Focus a bit more on the conflict between Lex Luthor and Superman, because that is the driving force. Like, their constant battle, I've always enjoyed, of like Lex trying to one up Superman.
Yeah.
Or like, that's what I wanted. I wanted more of a conflict between those two. Where there were moments where Lex has his like pocket dimension and literally for some reason has all these monkeys like hating, like on social media, like hashtag.
Twitter that was cool.
And all sorts, and like introducing that pocket dimension with all his prisoners and stuff. I was like, okay, what are we? Who else are you going to bring into? Like, you've pretty much opened the equivalent of the multiverse in Marvel. We now have a pocket dimension.
Pocket dimension, The idea that he can travel between dimensions is a good point.
Yeah. But essentially, James Gunn has taken the Marvel formula, which worked for his Guardians of the Galaxy, and has brought it across to DC.
Yep.
And for the most part, it worked really well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It surprised me. But you're right. I think, because I would have loved more scenes with Lois Lane and Clark Kent. I would have liked, because if you didn't like Lois, my preconception with Lois is already biased because I love the actor. But maybe, maybe it's a common thing. People are saying that they didn't connect with her enough, and add more scenes with them, because and it's a problem in the fact that I kept thinking there was a prequel, because there's parts of this where I'm like, oh, I'm just meant to know this. And that's, like we said, it's fine to a degree, because I don't need a fucking origin story for a character I know, and we all know at this point, or anyone who's watching the movie. But there are certain things that I, like the whole I keep saying Barovia because that's the Curse of Strahd realm. The whole Barovia conflict, like that felt like there was another movie or something there that I was meant to know. I think I looked it up, and I think there's a comic that they intentionally released prior to this that was like the prequel coming up to this, or they're coming out soon. I'm not sure. But I think that also isolates audiences, because not everyone's going to go read a comic. Like, I'm not.
No, I probably will.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, my point is, like, I think that there's things missing in this, and I'm not saying it should be longer, but that you're probably right that there are parts of this that are too grand, and like you've got like the actor who played Dia in Last of Us, the Hawk Girl in this. She's great. I reckon she's such a I hate the word captivating because I think it's been overused a lot, but she has a magnetism in scenes, and she's really good as an actor in general. I'm not going to go in detail, I guess, but point is, she's great. I love her. She's so unutilized in this and doesn't do anything. She has like a couple lines, one cool moment. She kills like the president of Barovia, and that's it. So yeah, you're not wrong. But in general, I like this more than a lot of superhero movies I've seen recently.
Yeah, like, it was good. But that scene where you actually get that first, I guess, confrontation of Superman and Lex, where he flies in, he's like, "Where's my dog?" And Lex is like, "Yeah, film it." And he's like not flinching at all. And like Superman is becoming a little bit unhinged and like flipping tables and chairs and sort of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I want more of that. Like, that sort of like,
how to men be in 2025, like, with social media and all the manipulation you can do on there, and how we can sell a story online and stuff. Yeah,
but even like just their back and forth in that scene, I was like, that's sick. Like, I want more of that rather than
and how like
expansion.
Lex is not scared of him. Like, I love that.
No, like, at all. I also really liked the introduction when he's first like saving people. Like, that's what he does. He even saves a squirrel because he's like,
All creatures big and small. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I liked it overall. I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah.
There was some flying special effects that looked terrible.
Oh, yeah. And even the CG with some of like the monsters they were fighting, like the big kaiju thing wasn't great. But, you know, same with Jurassic World. We're still not quite there with CG. Like, obviously come a long way, but there's still... Every time, I said this with Hatchery and Dragon, every time there's a human interacting with a CG creature of some description, it feels hollow. The robots felt super CG as they entered in the first, like in the opening scene. Yeah. But we're not there.
Even when you get the first introduction of the Justice Gang, where you get Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, and Mr. Terrific coming in, I don't know what it is, but why, when you're flying on ropes or whatever, why do you tuck your legs back? I find that really odd.
Flying on ropes?
Yeah, so you know, as when they're flying, they're obviously on a harness and they're coming in.
Oh, as in like the actors, sure.
Yeah, for some reason, they always bend their legs up, so they're always going like heel to bum. I always find that really weird.
Must get told to.
Like that. Like, yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Obviously, Mr. Terrific didn't, because he's sitting in an armchair for whatever reason. But like Guy and also Hawkgirl did it as well. So I was like, it's a weird flying. I don't know if it's a technique thing or if it's a...
They must be told to. I mean, James Gunn must have told them how to do that. I feel like that's... I don't know. Yeah.
I did enjoy Peacemaker's little cameo where he's giving Superman shit for not being as jacked as he is.
Yeah. I thought that was great. I think Peacemaker is such a fun character as well, and the fact they're in the same universe is awesome. I'm looking at our ratings of like previous superhero movies. You gave Guardians of the Galaxy 3 a 3, and I gave it 2.5. I definitely like this more than Guardians 3.
Is that number 3 though?
The third Guardians, yes.
Yeah.
We didn't watch the first two on pod.
The first one is the best one. 1, 3, and 2. 2 I really didn't like. Guardians of the Galaxy.
I haven't seen 2. It's the only one I haven't seen. What other superhero movies have we seen? We watched Shazam.
Batman.
Shazam I gave less than a 1. You gave it a 2.5. Batman, look, 4 and a 4.25. I like Batman more than this, but it's not bad. So I'm somewhere in between Guardians 3 and Batman for me. It makes it a 3.5.
Nice. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with this. I'm at a 3.5 for this one. Yep. I just thought it was a little bit too grand of a scale that they went for. But overall,
that's a fair criticism.
Really good job.
Yeah. 3.5 and 3.5 makes an average of 3.5, which means it's a Lawson win. We go to a tiebreaker next week.
Tiebreaker.
3 and 3.
Oof. Here we
The
go.
first tiebreaker.
Craziness.
The reverse sweep. You were 3-0 up.
Fumbled.
Yep.
So I'll clutch it.
I know it's out next week.
It's like, yeah, it's all right. We'll work it out. But yeah, I know what to do. If you listen on Spotify, give it a 5-star rating. Same with Apple Podcast. And if you listen on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And all we ask is that you
tell your friends.
Tell your friends. I was waiting. And we'll see you guys next time. Boys.
Love yous.